Now let's talk about my camera setup. So I use a Canon SL1 camera. It's also known as the Rebel SL1. It's a model originally created in 2013. They've since made a second and third version, which I think the SL3 came out in 2017 or 2018. It's to do an analogy, it's definitely not a 2022 Cadillac Escalade. It's has more of a 2005 Honda Civic vibe. It's a reliable camera. It was at the time rated as having good video quality, which is why I bought it. It does pretty well for pictures too, though you could definitely do better. I think you can find used Canon SL1s for $250 to $350. Just standard body without the lens. Sometimes the lens is offered, but just to give you a price range of what this camera's worth, I believe that you can use if you have a smartphone, a lot of times those pictures, and especially some of the options that keep getting added to with the cameras on the phones, they do just as nice of job. There's some things that I don't like as much. While the video quality is very high, sometimes it doesn't look quite cinematic, which is what I'm looking for. So if you are in fact just using a phone, so here's my iPhone, here's some quick tips on the video quality and look. So if you hit HD, I'm not sure if that's like 1080 or 2.4K, but if you hit HD, it changes the quality to 4K, so you have a more fine-tuned look. And then if you look on the right at the numbers indicate frames per second. So 30 is pretty standard if you're just doing a basic video shot. 60 is when you're doing something, trying to videotape something that's moving, or maybe you're trying to do a slow-mo where you shoot at 60 and then you edit at 30 to get the more slow motion look. And then 24 is what is known as the cinematic look. The video of the combine was shot by my camera in 24 frames per second, and that just captures less footage, obviously per second, and so it just creates that look that we are so used to when watching documentaries or films. So that's a little bit about how to change the quality of your video with your phone. So what I've chosen to do to make my situation smoother and simpler, using my camera, I can easily take this SD card and put it into my laptop setup and easily pull the files off to use. Now when it comes to pictures, things taken with an iPhone versus my camera, perhaps the quality is very similar and the files are small enough that you can just email them to yourself. But when it comes to video, using the SD card makes the process so much simpler. It would be very difficult to figure out how to move a large file from my iPhone to a situation such as Google Drives and then into the software that I use to edit video. So the SD card just makes it a very simple process, so that's why I've chosen it. But if you're using Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and you have it hooked up to your iPhone or your Android, you can do video would work just fine, but it's the video editing process for me that pushes me to use the SD card in my camera as opposed to my iPhone.